I know I should probably start at the beginning, but truth be told, I don't know exactly how or when it started. I only know that it grew slowly over the years, inching further each day like a vine. In time, it had rooted itself deep into the recesses of my mind and coiled its darkness around me until it was everything. Even in sleep, there was no escape. My dreams were wrought with fear of faceless men and blood that steadily poured from open wounds. Meanwhile, my waking thoughts turned ever more wicked and alien. It was as if a demon lived in my head and whispered these cruelties into my consciousness. His words spoke of blood, but felt like honey. Such sweet, sticky sickness. But they were never mine. I would like to believe that after 45 years of existence, I know who I am. And this was not me. Not mine. But there it was. Blood on my sleeve. The knife in my hand. I have often wondered if the insane can fully understand the depths of their own depravity, or if an attempt at such only quickens their descent. Despite the possibility of futility, I am compelled to share my story. It was her smile. It was magnetic and genuine and kind. She wore this cherry red lipstick to emphasize the plump perfection of her lips, which only drew in my gaze more. I would go out of my way to sit in her section of the diner and to think of jokes to make before I ordered, all for a flash of that intoxicating smile. It became a daily ritual. I would arrive at 6 p.m. sharp. I would sit at the corner table next to the jukebox that never played and order the meatloaf and potatoes. I tipped well, so she was always very friendly. She would even sit with me when it was slow and tell me about her day. Those were my favorite times. But I was quiet and intimidated. I never spoke without cautiously planning out my sentences. I feared that one misstep and the true nature of infatuation would be revealed. One day, I arrived at my usual time, sat in the usual spot, but I was greeted by a different waitress. The meal went on without events, but a furious anger grew inside me. I had gone through my entire day waiting for this moment. I felt cheated. Was I just another customer to her? Did she not anticipate our interactions in the same way I did? Was the connection we had a manufactured ruse for higher tips? She was playing me for a fool. Of this I was certain. I ate quickly and walked home with these thoughts run through my head and boiled my blood. The next day, her smile returned. But it was not my smile. It had changed. It was the same contrived expression that she painted onto her face for every other twit that walked in here. The reality of the situation had been confirmed. She was my everything. To her, I was nothing. It infuriated me. That smile had shown me true affection. That smile had been the one thing in life that cared. And that stupid bitch ruined everything. My whole life, I had been worthless, looked over, and mocked. I would not have this mockery from her. Not from my smile. I needed it back. More than anything in the world, I wanted the smile to return. I spent many nights contemplating if and how I could retrieve it, and I came to one conclusion. I knew her schedule. She came in at 2 and closed the diner at 10. I went about my usual routine, but upon leaving the restaurant, I waited in a back alley for her to end her shift. She left at 10:15. I approached her as she exited through the back door. she exclaimed as I emerged from the shadows.
Oh, you're still here?
I said nothing. I only stared at her mouth, now in a contorted expression. It was not the smile I knew, which only encouraged my rage. I drew the knife from my pocket. Her cry for help fell on absent ears as I approached her.
Please don't.
I sat in my living room, sipping on a glass of water, rocking back and forth in my chair contently. My gaze was fixed on my mantle where I had placed her severed head. I had pulled back her perfect lips into the smile that cared. There it was. My smile.